Matt and Josh are still comics.
Hi.
DC weekly news. Josh is looking up the price of Bitcoin as it's gone up quite a bit today. Um,
Shit's crazy.
yeah. Okay, so first, Frank Grillo is talking about Creature Commandos. Also,
Yes.
he's continuing to shit on Marvel, and I'm not saying that
Ay,
he's
ay,
wrong
ay.
about it.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I'm not sure he'll ever be invited back the way he keeps talking. Um, Okay, so Frank Grillo was out promoting his latest action thriller Lights Out, which will be released on February 16th, 2024. He's actually kind of found a niche, eh? Like, he does
Mm-hmm.
those B or C kind of movies that are action movies. I think we watched one with him, I think last year, where he was in jail. He was in a,
Okay.
it took place at a police station for the most part,
Okay.
and someone was coming to kill him. And, like,
Scary.
I can't fault like he's got a career doing these kind of movies, and you know what, that one was entertaining. It wasn't like 99 rotten percent on Rotten Tomatoes, but it
Mm-hmm.
was like a
Mm-hmm.
fun
Mm-hmm.
action movie that you just throw on and watch some mayhem.
That's okay.
And I don't mind him as an actor, although I never really watched the Purge movies. That's him, right? Purge.
Yes, he was in a couple of them. I enjoyed most of those movies, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
The first one, the second one were good. The
it's like
third one, I
six
think,
of them now, isn't there?
yeah, the third one was like a prequel, I think, or something,
Yeah.
where it was like they were. That one was actually all right because I think it showed the first time it happened,
Oh yeah.
which was also crazy. But it's all good, man, because we're only about 10 to 15 years away from that, so it's okay.
Maybe closer in America.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking to Movie Phone, Grillo disclosed whether he's finished recording all his lines. I love James Gunn and Peter Safran and what they're doing at DC and for the DCU. These characters are living in all of their movies. Not really sure what that means. I'm going to be around for a while, and I wish I could tell you what I have coming up with them, but I can't. But it's exciting. I was just with the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige and Lou D'Esposito, and it's kind of like I miss those guys, but you blew it. Now we're going over here. Um, so they did kind of. I mean, Crossbones is a better villain in the comics than clearly he was in the movies. They didn't really give him a whole lot. But I don't know that you could have done a whole Cap versus Crossbones movie. Like, he was never going to be the main villain.
No, I wouldn't say ever. I mean, I think they did it almost right, like in the terms of, having him as a very minor character, but they could have made him a little bit more predominant as Crossbones. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, not until like the second watch of that movie, I was like, oh wait, he's supposed to be Crossbones, and I was like, oh okay, because like in the first time I was just like, oh, he's just like a thug now. That's cool. He's
Yeah,
got things. I was like,
they could have done they could have, if they were going to bring Red Skull forward to the present day like they do in the comics, he
mm,
could have been a Red Skull henchman like he is with Red Skull's daughter Sin,
mm-hmm.
and done it that way. It might have been a bit more, but I mean, that'd be a whole other Cap movie entirely, and not what um, Winter Soldier was about, or
Yeah.
Infinity War. He died in Infinity War, right? Or was that Civil War? Civil War.
Civil
Yeah,
War.
Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he got zapped in
Zapped.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, moving on. I think because this is a hard R show, Creature Commandos is a hard R. It's fun when we were doing it. I think one day it was me and David Harbour recording. I was on the ground. I had to stop in the recording studio. I had to go on the ground and laugh. That's how funny and filthy it is. It's amazing. I'm so happy to be a part of it. I think this is what's different. Is this guy's the boss, and he's grizzled, white on the sides, white in the beard. I'm leaning all into that. Talking about his character, he plays Flag Senior. I don't know. This is I guess Jason Momoa kind of did the same thing back when DC, when he had just been hired as Aquaman and he said fuck Marvel at a Comic-Con or something. I don't know why you need to. Does it have to be either or, like versus? Can't we just all enjoy the same content or be happy when someone else does something? Oh,
Sorry. Living in the big city. I'm not sure.
well,
Be honest
so far
with
the
you.
track record of the DC universe has not been as good as Marvel, so I don't know why you'd want to burn that bridge. But
Well, I'm a little bit worried, right? Because I feel like they had a pretty good foundation of how well they were doing their animated movies, like DC, and I really hope that Gunn is taking that and just expanding upon it, because I really do feel like they had a decent run there. Other than like the writing, I thought the movies looked good. It sounded good. Like I just watched Legion of Superheroes, the one
yep,
where it's
yeah. Oh, that one, yeah, that's one of the good ones.
with Supergirl.
Yep,
It's pretty good.
yeah.
A couple of things, I was just kind of like, what the fuck? But other than that, I was like, oh yeah, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, there's some
Like,
really good animated ones.
yeah,
Superman versus the Five was really good. What's that one called? Superman.
can't remember. But I started watching The Reign of the Superman or whatever, and I think I almost finished that. Something happened. I had to turn it off and go do something, but
That one, you know what? That one wasn't as good.
it was okay. Yeah, it wasn't as good. I would agree. But that Apocalypse,
Superman
Justice
versus
League Dark.
the Elite. Was it the Elite?
Oh, okay.
Public Enemies was good. Justice League Doom was good. Justice League
Yeah.
Dark was good.
Yeah, Justice League Dark was
I never
good.
finished Batman. Was it Batman Hush Part 2? I haven't got around to that. Killing Joke wasn't great. Apocalypse was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had a better track record for doing animated. They did animation better then. Oh, and the Dark Knight movies were good too. Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Brandon Routh is coming back again.
No. Why? No. Why? No.
No! No!
Why would they do this?
I don't know. Okay, so Superman Returns sequel series starring Brandon Routh has been discussed.
He's just a little guy.
Could we see Brandon Routh back in the iconic blue and red? The actor debuted as the Man of Steel in Bryan Singer's Superman Returns back in 2006. The movie was actually fairly well received by critics and was moderately successful at the box office, but the decision to tie the movie to the Richard Donner's original Superman films arguably proved to be its biggest downfall, and the most fans rejected the overall story of Supes returning to Earth after a 5-year absence to find that he had a son. Routh, I don't even remember that part of the movie. I think maybe I kind of did. I think I remember one scene in the bedroom that might be, I don't know. Ruth's performance also came in for some criticism at the time, but has since been reevaluated, and he'd get the opportunity to reprise the role for the CW's Arrowverse Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event as a version of Kingdom Come Superman. Henry Cavill took over as the Man of Tomorrow in the DCU, but with Tyler Hoechlin's tenure as the hero about to come to an end on the small screen in Superman and Lois, is there a chance Routh could return to the role yet again? Former Arrowverse executive producer Mark Guggenheim has revealed that he's spoken to Routh about a potential Crisis follow-up, and they have some really exciting ideas. From Mark Guggenheim's ex, Brandon and I have talked about a sequel series. We have some really exciting ideas. Coolest thing we ever did. I'm privileged to work with some very wonderful, talented people. The Arrowverse defunct and the CW no longer developing new DC-based shows, it seemed unlikely a sequel project would actually get off the ground. At least for the foreseeable future, a recent report claimed the Warner Brothers Discovery made the decision to scrap Superman Lois because they don't want a competing Superman product in the marketplace. So we can't see the studio giving the go-ahead.
Yeah, that would just be outrageous.
Yeah, well, like why would you give away the Kingdom Come storyline to a television series with Brandon Routh.
Yeah,
Like, no offense to Routh, but
yeah,
like that is one of the most beloved alternate verse storylines in DC, the DC universe. Why would you give that to a television series with a actor who played the role like 20 years ago?
dude, it feels like not that long ago.
Well, it's 2006, right? So it was 20.
Oh my god,
18
dude!
years ago.
I remember renting that out at Jumbo Video, brand new, coming out on the shelf, DVD, buddy.
I wonder if it's on 4K now.
I doubt it. I don't think there's much of a pull for it. Is there?
Returns for 4K.
I'm gonna eat my words, aren't I? I think I'm gonna eat my words right here.
Shot digitally, can't 1080p, so technically 4K information is not there.
So it's only an upscale, obviously.
Mastered in 2K, shot mostly in 1080p. Will never look better than 4K scan of 35. Yeah, that's not how. Okay, it doesn't look like it came to Blu-ray, but it wasn't upscaled. Yeah. Okay, more Superman news.
Mm-hmm.
Superman Legacy started rolling cameras last week or this week.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yeah, they did. Peter Gunn tweeted out a picture of the cast at the.
Did you see fucking Nicholas Hoult with no hair? Oh, God, he looks so good.
Yeah. So, cameras will begin rolling up Superman Legacy any day now, and while we'd like to think that means the set photos will offer our first look of the Man of Steel, there's no guarantee. The excitement surrounding James Gunn's reboot is palpable, and the future of the DCU may well hinge on the movie's success. But I think it'll do well. Like, it's the brand new one. It's James Gunn. Like, he hasn't really made a bad movie that was lambasted by critics.
So I honestly do anticipate that this is how it's going to go down. I feel like he's written a good story.
Mm-hmm.
He now has to portray that in live action.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to make us love David Cornsweet. I don't even know if I've watched this guy in anything.
Yeah.
Okay. What's her name? The girl who's playing Lois. I've maybe seen her in like one thing. I know she's good.
She's lovely.
She's good.
Yeah,
she's good. And then we've got all these other, really, I would consider really good, actors and actresses.
Yeah.
So he's got a formula to make something really good. And I personally think what's going to happen is if the movie is good, that it's going to have not an explosive opening, but, 100, 200 million or something. Probably 200.
You think 200 million opening weekend, eh?
Well, what was the biggest one recently? 189 for
Barbie?
Was that? Wow, really?
I don't know. Let's see.
It wasn't Madam Web?
Let's see. How can I sort through this previous chart?
I wouldn't worry too much about it. So obviously I'm thinking, pre-pandemic opening weekends. Yeah, so okay, so I'll say, 175 to 100.
Barbie had 155 million opening weekend. That was the highest in 2023.
Okay, so I'm gonna say more than that because it's Superman. Like it's built in, dude. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's been a long enough time that people already forgot about Black Adam.
So Marvel owns the top 3 opening weekends, and then Star Wars is the 4th. So Avengers Endgame did 350 million opening weekend. God damn. Spider-Man
That's crazy,
No Way
dude.
Home did 260, Infinity War did 257, and Star Wars Force Awakens 247.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that. It's funny because we do this every time, and we never go back and check. We just don't you remember I said something close?
We should start keeping a tabulation. Though.
Really, we should.
Well, okay, so we'll remember the Deadpool one. I think, what did I say? Final was 1.2.
I said it's gonna make a Billy easy, and then you're like, probably 1.2, and I would agree to that. I would agree to that 100% because people are already ramped up for it. They only released one trailer, and if they do what I thought they were going to do, which was possibly change the title of the movie as time goes on up until it's released, would be really funny. Yeah, it definitely is going to make money, but I feel like with the built-inness of Superman, it's like a given 175. Like, I think that's easy, if not more. And then I feel like once those audiences go, they're going to get a taste of it, and then they're going to tell all their friends. And be like, this is a super fun Superman movie. I had a blast. You know what I mean? Like, it was, it was awesome. Blah, blah, like, people are going to get excited about it more, if anything, right? Because he wants it to be, I guess, more of a positive type of
So if the reviews are middling, will it bomb? Like, if it's like,
I don't think it'll bomb.
65, 70, will it do less than 200 million total?
I think even if it does bomb, I think it's still going to make 300 million.
Okay.
Easy.
There's been some pretty wild rumors on social media lately that Superman Legacy will cost upwards of 364 million, making it one of the most expensive comic book movies ever made. To that, Gunn recently said on Threads, "Absolutely not. How in the world do they think they know what our budget is? Well, we're guessing Superman Legacy won't be cheap. The fact that it doesn't include any pricey A-list stars will have helped greatly when it comes to keeping costs under control. The most expensive DC movie to date is Justice League's. The budget for that ballooned upwards of 300 million. But if you add in what it costs to finish Zack Snyder's Justice League, then the sum becomes truly eye-watering." In related news, another fan asked Gunn if more DCU projects will be announced either at this year's San Diego Comic-Con or doing a short live stream. Quote, "Those are our only two options, ? Superman Legacy tells the story. Yeah, we know what it tells the story of. It's also been confirmed that Guardians of the Galaxy composer John Murphy will provide the reboot score. He spent several months working on it, meaning his music will be used on set. Oh, interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, give the actors a vibe while they're acting.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You see? That's what I've been saying. God damn, finally. Like, that alone just gives me hope.
That they're taking it seriously?
Well, yeah, but that they're doing what I said. They're creating a vibe. They're making people who are Yes, they're making people who are acting on these movies actually get into it rather than look around and go, I'm in a suit and all I see is green and there's 3 other people on the screen and there's 4 people holding up this mannequin and I don't know what's going on. That's all.
Okay, final DC news. Possible new details revealed for Lanterns and Waller as production ramps up on first DCU shows.
Tasty.
While we know better than to put too much stock in production weekly listings, they have been a source of reliable information in the past and may now shed light on DC Studios' small screen plans. The animated Creature Commandos is set to premiere on Max later this year, offering a glimpse of what the DCU has in store for us. However, on the live-action front, we expect Waller, Lanterns, and Peacemaker Season 2 to lead the charge. The former was once eyeing a 2024 launch, only to get caught up in last year's WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. According to the Trailblazer, Production Weekly has tapped Chris Provenzano from Justified as a producer alongside showrunners Crystal Henry and Jeremy Carver. Viola Davis, who plays Amanda Waller, will also produce. Through Juvie Productions, Lars P. Winther, Guardians of the Galaxy, is listed as co-producer. It also looks like casting director John Papasadera, who's doing Superman Legacy, will be the DCU Sarah Finn, as he's also named on Waller. We also have an update on Lanterns. Damon Lindelof, is now listed as a producer after rumors swirled he might be shaping up a Green Lantern's live-action return alongside comic book writer Tom King, while Chris Mundy from True Detective appears to have been confirmed as the showrunner. All signs seem to point to Nathan Fillion's reprising his Superman Legacy role as Green Lantern Guy Gardner. Gunn has previously alluded to that being... Someone's calling me. Oh, it's spam. Interestingly, Lanterns is described as terrestrial based, suggesting the action will largely play out here on Earth. That should cut the budget down. Time will tell how much of this proves to be correct, blah, blah. So, Damon Lindelof was lost, yes?
I don't know, because I never, like, watched all the way through. Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
So he was a showrunner on Lost. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. It's the other guy, his other partner. Who's the other guy? So it was Damon Lindelof and...
Oh, I'm spacing right now, because, sorry.
This guy, nope. Who does... I thought they were partners on... Alex Kurtzman. Did he not have something to do with Lost? And that's why I was... Nope, totally wrong. Okay, so I take it back. I was wrong about Damon Lindelof. Well, kind of. So Lost wasn't great. The ending was left a lot to be desired. However, I've heard nothing but great things about The Leftovers, and I enjoyed Watchmen quite a bit. So
yeah, I was gonna say Watchmen was that was a tasty.
What else has he written? The Hunt.
It's tasty, dude.
Oh, did I watch that? Yeah, you know what? That movie was all right. I watched that movie. What else has he done? Prometheus. Yeah. Star Trek Into Darkness. First one was good. World War Z was fine.
Didn't they make 3 Star Treks?
Yeah, Into Darkness. Star Trek Into Darkness, and Star Trek.
It was only 2.
No, there's 3. What's the other
3.
one called?
Because Simon Pegg wrote the 3rd one, right?
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Star Trek season 1. Okay, let's see how
I'm fairly certain about that.
Beyond. Star Trek Beyond. That was the 3rd one.
Beyond, yes.
Oh yeah, and it was Simon Pegg that wrote it. And Doug.
Yeah. Yeah.
I barely remember that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, okay, so Damon Lindelof can do it.
Unfortunate.
It's fine. I'm fine with him doing it. I take it back. Okay.
Foot in mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, that happens occasionally.
It does.
But I will admit when I'm wrong. Okay,
Never.
DC Weekly news. Word from our sponsor, and thanks.
Your new multi-vendor marketplace, YouSellComics.com, offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com. Buy, collect, sell.